Hello, everybody. How are you? How is everything? Feels like it's been forever. It has. It's been 2 weeks. I saw some of what you guys were chatting about. Danny, my vacation was good. I um I was happy to have the break since I normally work 7 days a week. You asked if I miss my students, but it was good to see them again. Actually, I haven't seen all of them. I started working yesterday was my first time and then had classes today. I was fully booked today, so I'm very tired. I had 10 with no breaks. I had one student that was 14 minutes late. So I guess I sort of had a break then, but I was trying to clean up. I might clean my classroom while I'm talking to you guys because stuff's everywhere with it being 10 classes. For Marianne, that's probably a light day, but I normally don't do 10 is like the most I ever do. Um, so let's see. I've seen a little bit what you guys are chatting about. How is your classes today? I had pretty good classes. I had 9 and then I had a short notice booked. And of course my short notice was labeled as new student less than 12 times at VIPKID. And of course when you see that you're like, "Oh no, they're probably not going to have headsets. They're going to give me blank stares. They're not going to know how to draw a line." And this girl ended up being wonderful. She had headsets. She could say slither correctly the first time. How many kids do that? And she was a great student. So it doesn't always turn out like you think. Um, Heather had 3 classes today, one with a student no show. Good. You got paid. So, anyways, how is everybody? I know hopefully we have some new people here today. For those who don't know, there is a group of 5 or 6 of us that go to each other's classes, to each other's live streams every day of the week. Now we have all 5 weekdays filled. And I see Paula is here and I think Cindy too. So welcome new people. I invited Ed Nace to come, you guys, but he said he had a meeting and hopefully he'll watch later. I hope he does because I will be talking about his new book today, Above and Beyond. And then I'm going to talk about Cambly, as you saw from the thumbnail. So, how was everyone's booking frenzy? I know there was a lot of chat on Facebook that things are not going well for Kim. Really sorry about that, and hopefully sending in a ticket helps. So anyways, I'd like to share, but I don't want to be insensitive, Kim, if you're struggling. So if you want, just put me on mute for maybe 2 minutes tops. Don't stay away long because I promise, like, I'm talking about things you'll want to hear about today. Because I do want to share something, but I'll wait a second. Teacher Stacy, welcome. I'm guessing you work for VIPKID. Did you find me in the Ed Nace Facebook page, or do you work for any other companies? Okay, well, Kim, I want to be sensitive, but yeah, I did have go ahead and turn off if you don't want to hear Kim, because I want to be able to share, but again, I want to be sensitive. But I had 52 bookings when I woke up this morning. That was, on the app. So that was including what happened at 8 o'clock last night. And then I had a few more book as the morning went on. So I don't know what the total was since, I had a busy morning and couldn't check. All right. So if you're new here, we normally just chat about our classes and a few things before I get into the subject. And let me know in the chat box who has read Ed Nace's new book, or maybe you're in the middle of reading it. What do you think? And I think most of you, at least that come to my class often, or to my live stream often, have read the first book about feedback. But let me know who's read it, who hasn't read it. Do you want to read it? And okay, Teacher Stacy, yes, said I would love to. You'd love to read it. VIPKID you work for. Yes. Okay. Well, Kim, hopefully sending in a ticket helps. You're not okay. Well, anyways, I really liked it, and I actually, if you have never read either book, this is my suggestion. And Ed Nace, if you watch later, you can tell me if you agree or disagree with me. But actually, if you've never read either book, I actually recommend reading the new one first, because it talks a lot about how to teach. And when I read his feedback book, a lot of it was like, well, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. And, this is where I'm going with the class. I almost feel like you need the teaching book before the feedback, which is explaining to the parents why you're doing what you're doing. And he had a lot of great tips. Yes. I so anyways, if you guys want to tell me about your classes or things like that, your bookings. Good, Kim, you had 3 priority booking requests. That's good. So people are requesting you and want you. You guys, I think 5 or 6 new students yesterday, and that is very rare for me. I normally teach regulars. Do you guys want to know how many times I have left my live stream and said, "Oh darn, I should have checked my feedbacks because I have a good one." So I had a feedback today. You guys know that it's very rare if parents actually write something. So I had them write. I had a parent that wrote something, one of my new students I had yesterday. So I'll read that before I get into the subjects. This was Alan. Alan likes Kelly very much. Correct Alan's pronunciation in class. Hope to see Kelly again next time. So it's just very rare when parents write something. So I'm happy when I see that. And now when it says correct Aaron's pronunciation in class, it sounds like they're giving me a suggestion. But honestly, you guys, I correct everything. So I was like, that cannot be what they mean. But then one of the tags that they gave me was excellent pronunciation correction. So they must not be saying, I want you to correct. They're probably saying you do correct, the translation. So that was very nice. So in Ed Nace's new book, so there are 4 different things that he focuses on. So first, the student's supposed to do listening. This is just like when you're a baby. Babies don't actually speak till they've been listening to you for months and months and months, so they know how the pronunciation goes. And he's saying that listening starts first. It's really good if they listen and not speak. So then the next phase is speaking. The third one is reading, and the 4th one is writing. So this begins a series where I'm going to talk about each thing. I'm going to start today talking about listening. So I actually have a student in mind when I was thinking of this listening thing. And you guys know that some of the younger students, they just repeat a lot and they listen. Yes, thank you, Heather. Please like my lives, everybody. And hi, Cindy. So I'm going to read an excerpt from the book. This is from page 14. I have to find it in my notes section. So basically, this is under the category that says listening, but then he's transitioning. It says speaking. He's transitioning from the listening. He's basically talking about what happens if you don't do the listening stage first. So this is number 2, page 14. I'll read it quickly. It is not until this phase, the speaking phase, that you are able to see tangible results from your teaching. This is why it's so important to be communicating with the parents about the process. His feedback book. Some of them understand and some don't. What happens then? What happens when the listening phase is ignored? When the parents want fast results, urging their kids to speak, speak, speak. These children indeed may start speaking on day 1, but the same ones we find in intermediate levels who don't belong there. They can say things as long as it conforms to the script of the slides. Then they are lost if the conversation deviates from there. They don't have functional dynamic grasp of the language, and their speaking accent is often horrendous. Why? Because they are plugging all the written words into the phonetic system of their own native language. And the brain never had a chance to hear and learn what was said. Don't rush past the listening phase. So when I read this, I have a regular that fits this description to a T. So he has examples. He'll have like funny little names. So this one's level 3 Lonnie. Well, the kid that I'm thinking of, actually, Evelyn, you saw one of my VIP Kid moments and you said, you have a student named Raccoon. I do. He's a regular, and he's who I'm talking about today. He's in level 5, and I would say his accent's gotten better. It was horrendous when I first started working with him, and I've been working with him for months. He's been one of my first regulars from like back in October, November. But I would say up until recently, he was a semi-regular. He saw other people and then would come to me, and now he only sees me, or maybe only someone else if I'm on vacation. So he fits this description. If he obviously does the homework. He is a great student. He comes prepared. He's very diligent. But if you ask him an extension question, he can't do it. If you're going off of the script, if it's not in the lesson, he can't do it. And so he really fits this description. Okay, so Lonnie is... Okay, this is level 3 Lonnie that he gives an example of. Is starting to get very bogged down with the material. He can read fairly well. He's making decent progress with pronunciation, but he's having trouble progressing into simple conversation. He can answer the questions if they fit the script and are directly related to what is on the slide. Outside of that, he is lost. So let's see. This is what happens when students are moved straight past the listening stage and right into the environment. Speak, 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 read, read, read. He can do scripts and test-taking English, but anything else completely out of bounds. So anyways, I had that student today, and my plan was to try more listening techniques with Raccoon, because that's what I think he needs after reading this. My plan was actually that I was going to read the slides to him before I had him read the slides. Ed Nace says in his books, like, the slides are just a guide. He does what you do, Danny. The slides are just a guide in what to do, and you can spring from there depending on what the student needs. It's kind of hard to get out of this thinking, because when you're doing the mocks, they'll mark you down if you don't allow the kids to speak. But anyways, my plans were derailed because Raccoon was a little bit late to class, and we had a couple technical problems. So we got way behind. So me reading to him before he read the slide, like, that couldn't happen. So it's unfortunate. You know, I was thinking, okay, I have the kid today. I'm going to be talking about it later. It'll be fresh in my mind. This will be wonderful. But it didn't work out due to timing. I just had to get through the slides. I did a little bit of reading to him, or I just had him read. I tried asking him questions. I don't know if I should keep trying, but again, he just sticks to the script, does the, or gives a yes, no answer, just doesn't know how to extend, like really talk to me, just he does the target sentences, and I want him to talk to me. So Ed Nace, if you do hear this later and have any advice for me, leave a comment what I should do with him. But I need to end by 25 minutes. And not another thing that was working against me was that it was the very first lesson of a new unit. And usually those take longer because you're introducing new words, whereas if it's like lesson 5, he usually goes through it really fast. So maybe as time goes on, I'm going to try things that really get him to listen, because I feel like he needs that. And his accent is a lot better. So Ed Nace gives examples. This is on the slide. So this is level 3 that he was talking about. Do elephants live on the mountain? That's on the slide. this person that he's talking about, is doing fine. But then you say, do zebras live on the mountain? The question's not on the slide, but zebra is in the lesson. And then you start going like way off, like script. Do fish live in the mountains? Like throw them off. A kid going by the script is going to have trouble with that. Smile so he knows you're being silly. Fish is a word he's learned, but, And then get ridiculous. Do noodles live on the mountains? So then you're going like way off script. So I want to try some of these techniques. Like I said, I was hoping to do that today and couldn't. I will let you know the progress. But then you get, another example, do phones live on the mountains? So go totally out in left field, like throw them off for a kid who's used to the script. He says you're using one pattern with a single word changing. So you're still using the script, but you're changing one word. Later, the questions will change in more ways, and he will be able to adapt more quickly. For example, he will eventually start to hear the difference between who and what questions. So, do any of you have a student like this where you feel like maybe they missed the listening stage? And he is a regular, so I'm going to work with him. Let me see what you guys have been chatting about. I've tried. You guys know I told you that I always listen to my lives later. I try not to get distracted by the chat. So let's see. And guys, if anybody who's new, write in big letters if you're talking to me, because lots of times in the chat, we're chatting amongst each other. And then if there's a long chat, I don't know who said what, or if you're talking to someone else or me. So write in big letters if you're talking specifically to me. Okay, Kim says, I love it. I have a kid who struggles with off script. I have a kid, I always do this too. Okay, so you do some of these techniques where you'll ask him something different, slightly off the script. Yes, like, let me give an example. I might say when we were doing the healthy unit, I would say like, what healthy foods do you like? And he would always just, whatever we were talking about on the slide, say that. I wanted to hear specifically what he liked. All right. Okay, let's see. Okay, I don't know. Okay, how old is Alan? Thank you for writing in big letters. Since I had so many new students yesterday, they ran together, but most of the students that I had were new. They were all like lower levels, because most of my long-term regulars are like 4s and 5s since I started off doing 3 through 5. I think I had some phonics classes. I had some 2s. I don't know. He was probably either a level 2 or it could have been a phonics. Pretty young. All of my classes yesterday were like phonics, level 2, level 1, which is like all new students. I had one level 3 who was a regular. Yes. So usually what I do is if I get a 5 apple and I don't remember the kid, I go back and watch the class. But I haven't been able to do that yet since, I had to go quickly eat and then get on here. But I plan to go watch. I think I remember who he is, but... Okay, Kim says he's a level 4 now. They quit booking me this weekend next. I hope that isn't why. Oh, maybe they went on vacation, Kim. The hardest part is like we feel like we can't communicate, and definitely try sending him a card. If it's the same Alan I have had, his parents are awesome. Okay, I don't know. I'll send you a screenshot or send you some more information about him. But yes, he has like one L just like that too. Danny's student wants to start a company of science and create robot firemen so you don't have to risk their lives. That's awesome. You have a creative student. He's a great kid. Okay, I'm going to have to go back and watch. Like I said, yesterday's classes all were such a blur and I had so many new students. Yes. Doing my e-cards, I realize I have so many 14-year-olds. I know. Danny, my goal on vacation was to send out a bunch of e-cards. That was going to be my subject for today too. I was like, I'm going to send out e-cards and keep track of whether these people rebook me or what happens and see if it really works. But I got on vacation. I kind of just wanted to get out of VIP kid mode, although I still talked about my students a lot and that annoyed my family. I'm so glad you had a great time and made it back safely. Thank you. We had great weather every single day. I went to the beach. I don't think I missed a day. If he doesn't respond to cards, doesn't respond to feedback, and never leaves feedback, I've taught him 40 plus times. Okay. I have a student like that too. He's actually my very, very, very first regular. The first one to start booking me regular when I had no regulars. They have never, I think, okay, one time in the very beginning, they left me feedback. After that, nothing. And I haven't seen him in a while either. Actually, I saw him on my schedule later this week. Maybe they went on vacation. Do you think the students are rating us versus the parents at VIPKID? I don't know. It's supposed to be the parents, but you never know. The kid could steal the parent's phone and, rate us. So, yes. Oh, thank you. Yes, it was good to have a break because I normally work 7 days a week. All right. So next week, I'll talk about speaking. As I was reading his book, I kept thinking of regulars. Oh, I have a regular that does that, or I could work on that with her. I have one in mind. Hopefully, I see her on my schedule so I can talk about her next week. And I also would give you an update about Raccoon because since today didn't go as planned. Yeah, so Heather, most of the time it's parents. All right, so the other thing I wanted to talk about was Cambly. I wasn't even planning on talking about this till next week. Yes, thank you, Danny. But I literally just got an acceptance email from them. I haven't even read all the material. So that was why I was going to talk about it next week. Anyways, I decided to talk about it today because I feel like there's a need. I know Kim is struggling with bookings, and so is Heather. So I thought both of you would benefit from hearing about this. Cambly is super flexible. Okay, so as you guys know, I have 2 companies. I'll first start with the 2 companies I already have and how I split everything. And I know most of us here work for 2 companies, at least. It's good to have a backup, but this is going to be very short. How do I split my time? Okay, I have one company that I work for and I'm loyal to. That would be VIPKID. GoGoKid's a backup. I am glad I already went through the hiring process. So if something happens today with VIPKID, I get fired. In this online ESL world, things are very unstable. I'm already gone through the hiring process with GoGoKid. For those of you that know, it's hard to book an interview. That's the hardest part, just getting an interview with them because they have so few time slots open. The reason is because I started with both companies around the same time, but I started getting booked with VIPKID first. And then I started getting regulars. And then I started, I had regulars, but I would still open minimal hours with GoGoKid just to keep my foot in the door, which I get bookings once in a while. I don't open a lot of slots. But then I also was trying to go for the raise, so I didn't want to start booking at GoGoKid and have that conflict with the amount of classes I'm doing at VIPKID and the raise requirements. Well, then back in January, I got double booked. And since I have regulars at VIPKID, my bookings at GoGoKid were, trials. And, I'm going for the raise. I decided to cancel. It was all in one night. I woke up that morning, had 3 double bookings, and I'm so much careful now. But I don't open a lot of slots for GoGoKid, and then that also having those cancellations also hurt my bookings. And it also was around Chinese New Year, so it all probably, I had 1 trial. Anyways, so basically that's how I divide my time. Danny has a video about how she divides it more evenly than me. Let's see. And I actually think people who do it the opposite of me, people whose main company is GoGoKid and VIPKID's a backup, that almost works better because VIPKid has one slot open that GoGoKid doesn't. That's the 9:30 slot. And then VIPKid pays extra for short notice. GoGoKid just started doing short notice, but they don't pay any extra. So most people who are, GoGoKid's their main company, then they can do short notice at VIPKid, and definitely that last slot of the day that GoGoKid doesn't even have, they can do. So anyways, I don't, that's how I split it. Basically work for VIPKid. The wonderful thing is that all three companies I'm now working for do not have a minimum, and that's why I like them. There is no minimum, so I can work for all of them. Now, Cambly is so flexible that you literally can jump on at any time. VIPKid and GoGoKid, and sounds like Itutor, even the short notice you can book within an hour. With Cambly, you can just say, I'm going to hop on right now and accept students. So I thought it would be really good for you, Kim, because you were saying you have holes in your schedule, because that was the whole reason that I applied to them. I was thinking, like tomorrow, I have an hour. If I only have a half-hour break, I'll probably, just do feedback or eat breakfast like I normally do. But if I have an hour, or one time on a Saturday, a whole bunch of kids canceled right at the 25-minute mark because there was some tests going on in China. During those times, I want something where I literally can just jump on and make some money. They pay significantly less than VIPKid, about half, and you get slightly more if you teach children. So you are teaching adults, and they're all around the world. So this is going to be very, very backup. Again, there's no minimum. So if I want to only work during the slow months, like only work at Cambly during the summer, only work during Chinese New Year, I can. So that was why I added them, because literally, it's so flexible. So for someone like Kim and Heather, you could have your set hours. You could wait till that last, hour and then say, okay, now I'll open up because a slot didn't book short notice. It pays less, but I'd rather make some money than no money. So I'm going to just go ahead and open it. So anyways, you're paid by the minute. Yes, Heather. So it's literally every minute you're getting paid. So you have to do like a full hour to get an hour's paid. It's not like the classes from this time to this time. You might talk to somebody for, 15 minutes. You might talk to someone for 5 minutes. And not all of it is structured. Sometimes people just want you to translate a song. Sometimes there are more formal lessons, but it's all different types of things. You get to choose how long the class is. It's up to you and the student, is what I gathered from it. Again, I wanted to read their literature and get more information before I presented this to you, but because I feel like there's a need, I went ahead and talked about it anyway. So those are the things I need more information on. There's something called priority booking hours. So those are hours that are really popular. And if you set your schedule for those ahead of time, they guarantee 15 minutes of pay. So if you don't get any calls, or you only get a 5-minute one, they will still pay you for the 15 if you book those. So anyways, if anyone has any questions, Tasha, hi, Tasha, you're new. It's good to see you here. For me, my Cambly slots get booked quickly versus my VIP slots. I get 2 bookings per day. Okay, good. I'm glad someone came who works for Cambly. So Tasha, just VIPKid and Cambly, or do you work for other companies too? Do they use Skype? Tasha, can you answer some of these questions? Like I said, I decided to go for this when I didn't have all my ducks and I didn't have all the information. I'm going to get my referral code for that too, because Heather asked, do they want you to use Skype? I'm not sure about that. They have their own platform. Just a call, not video. It is video, but the person is calling in, from what I understand. You're doing it on video, yes, but it's not like us where we know we're teaching this student at this time. It's like you get what looks like a phone call, but then it ends up being video. They have their own platform. Yes, it's video. Okay, good. Thank you, Tasha. I'm glad you're here. You can answer some of these questions. So they call you. Yes. And there is, you can get people who reserve you ahead of time, right, Tasha? So you can have people, from what I understand, and I'm going to get my Cambly account referral code to talking to you. But yes, so they work just because they are so flexible. They can be something to fall back on. So like for me, if I lost my job at VIPKID, I probably would open for Cambly while I'm trying to get established and more bookings for GoGoKid. You do exclusive reservations. I'm looking at the site with Cambly Kids. Okay. Just with the kids then. Can you get reservation with the adult? Yes, Heather, I'll give you my referral code in a minute. It's coming up. So yeah, that would be something really good. So Tasha, I'm guessing, how long have you been with VIPKID, and are you, just booking with Cambly at the time that VIPKID doesn't book, or at other times of the day? And if you guys want, I can send you some videos, because I've been like recently, looking at videos from Cambly. Let's see, sign in. Sorry, trying to do two things at once. Looking at their site now with Cambly Kids. And Cambly Kids, you need an invitation, which I got one while I was at the beach. I hadn't even gotten my acceptance from Cambly yet. They said if you do Cambly Kids, you can have both. But I was at the beach. I couldn't do it. And then they said I was accepted at Cambly. But I will do a demo for that. And I've seen people online do a demo. If you guys who've been teaching kids forever, it would be so easy. Let's see. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to get my referral code for you guys. All right. Yes, please do. I open slots from 6:30 to 8:30 in VIPKID. This is AM, right? Well, yes, they don't have 6:30 p.m. Cambly Kids, they set hours from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Okay, yeah. Are you in Central Time, Tasha? So a lot of people do that also, since Cambly has other times available. So they have short notice bookings. Kind of. I mean, it's kind of like you just hop on and accept whoever wants to call. So yes, it is short notice, basically. Eastern time. Okay. So you don't work all the way until 10 when VIPKID is over. Yes. So Kim, I know Itutor has bookings outside of the VIPKID hours, which is nice. But since I already have two other companies for now, I wanted something that didn't require the commitment of the 10 hours. But definitely, if I lose my job with VIPKID or GoGoKid, I will come to Itutor. She is definitely a fantastic multitasker. I must have missed something. Okay. What do you talk about then at Cambly? Okay. Tasha, can you answer that? I think you can talk about whatever you want. You could have like suggestions, but I think they have lessons or articles or things that you can kind of choose, or sample questions, if I'm not mistaken. Tasha, let us all know. Okay. Yeah, let us know. And I'm trying to get my referral code while I'm talking to you guys. Anyway, I don't want to take too much. Oh, good. That sounds neat. With Cambly Kids, they have lessons. Do they have any lessons with adults? Or can you go get sample questions, or do you completely just have to decide what to talk about or what to do with adults? And Tasha, have you ever just been stumped? Have somebody call you and you didn't know what to talk about? ESL hoarders. Like I said, I really spend most of my time with one company. So it's the only way that I'm able to do it. All right, let me try to find there it is, referral code. And okay, let's see. Anyway, I don't know. I'm having trouble getting it. I don't want you guys to just see me walk through there. There are curriculum lessons you can choose for adults. Oh, good. So you have the option if you need to. It probably depends what they want to talk about. Love you, go-getters. You inspire me. there's a random conversation generator page. Oh, good. So they at least have suggestions of things to talk about. That's good. Yeah, I'm having trouble finding my referral code. All right. And anyways, Fahad7, all of you teachers. Yes, everybody here is a teacher. What company or companies do you work for? Hopefully I'm saying your name right, Fahad, and welcome for being new. Kelly, link it after. Okay, yes, I will put it in the description box. Let's do it that way. So, Heather and Kim, I can send it to you personally, but if anyone's watching this later, I'll put it in the description box. Yes. All right, Fahad, where do you work? All right, so I'm sure I missed some things in the chat box. I'm a multitasker. Where did that come from? I'm looking at the site. Let's see. Do you get to choose how long the class is? Are you paid by the minute? Yeah, okay. I think I saw most of the chat. All right. 5 stars. All right. Thanks, Danny. I got 5 stars from you. You're a Cambly student. Okay. Where are you from? All right. And everybody, please give me a like and a thumbs up. So anyways, I will wait a second since there's a delay, but anyone else have any more questions about Cambly or anything else you want to talk about? Let me know. If not, I'm probably going to end this live stream. KSA. I'm not sure what that means. If anyone knows, translate. I don't know all the, abbreviation talk. So, yes. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming. I hope Ed Nace watches this later, gives me advice. I'm new at this, sorry. It's all right. Welcome to all the new people that came. I go live every single Monday at 10:30 Eastern Time. Thumbs up. Yes, thank you. And then there's a whole bunch of teachers on here. Marianne goes live Tuesday, Danny Wednesday, Evelyn Thursday, and Heather on Friday. Heather and Danny go live at 10, and everybody else does 10:30. And I thank you all the new people that came. I will see you guys. I'll see you at everybody else's live, but you'll see me next week. Kelly, what did you do for your interview video at Cambly? Okay, well, they want you to just talk, and that ends up not being what the students see, so you can do something else later. I'm trying to remember. Oh, one thing I need to tell you, and this is important. One bad thing. They do take a while to get back to you. So that's a bad thing. It takes several weeks, maybe even a month. So that's why I don't even remember my video. I think I just explained, that I have experience with VIPKID and GOGOKID, and I was excited to talk to people from around the world, and I wanted to talk to adults. Okay, I'll miss seeing you guys during the school year. What grade do you teach? I think your first name was Stacy. What grade or grades do you teach? Pre-K. Oh, the little ones. So do you teach little ones at VIPKID, or do you need a break and you go to the older ones since you teach little ones during the school year? Pre-K to 3rd grade. Okay, do you teach a specific subject? That's a big age gap. Yes. So are you a music or an art teacher? Is that why you have such a wide range? Okay, I miss seeing you guys. When does your school year start? Oh, you said in August. Yeah, I know teachers have to go back early. You guys, my kids started Labor Day last year, and this year they're starting August 12th. So they're switching, going 3 weeks earlier, and we have a really short summer. I teach older VIP kids, art and music. Okay, well, that's what I figured. Like, if you were already teaching little kids, you probably want to break and teach the older kids for something different. That would be my thing. Art and music. Danny majored in art. Yeah, so that sounds like fun. Then you don't have to deal with the parents. You get to just have them for fun. I'm excited for school. Danny, yeah, I think you said you were substitute teaching. Anyways, yeah, I'm not excited because my kids have such a super short summer. And it's like they have to go back again. All right. I will see everybody. I'll link my Cambly link in the description box, and I will see you guys next week, or you'll see me next week. Okay, bye. See you.